Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's been a few days since I uploaded any video, and today on this episode we're going to talk about Pounder. I'm gonna review Pounder based on my own opinion. It could be different when it comes to other people's opinion, but this is my opinion, so it's just my 2 cents. So here goes. The Pounder is like one of the best tank in this game. The reason I say that because recently IGG just introduced a new hero called Landslide. He has a little bit more HP than Pounder. He has 15,850 to start with. Pounder only have 13,440 HP. So Landslide, in terms of HP, he has more HP than Pounder. So I can't say that Pounder is the best tank because we have somebody that has more HP than Pounder. And in terms of skill, I do not have Landslide, so I cannot give you my input on that, but Pounder is by far one of the best tank in this game so far because due to his Divine Blood Cap, it's his evolution skill. And when we go in here, we can read all about it. You see Divine Blood Cap at level 1, and if you manage to unlock him to level 3, it's going to be insane. Basically, it just drains the enemies or even walls around him. He just drained their life and gave it to himself and his mercenary. So that is a pretty nice skill. And Divine Blood Cap is one of the main divine that you should always get in this game because it will get you very far in this game through campaign clash or guild clash and stuff like that. And now I'm going to show you how his divine look like and how Pounder works. So let's go in and do some raid. Nope, that's not raiding. Okay, why you should put a Pounder on your base? Literally, if you see all high rank player, like top 10, even top 100, mostly all of them have a Pounder on their base. Why? Because Pounder is it's the best tank in the game, and he has tons of HP, great for defense, and his damage is really high too, so also great for defense. And his skill, his divine skill, especially the ability to improve the motor structure, as you can read that right there, increases attack and HP by 30%, HP by 150%, and deal 100% damage area attack every 4 attacks, stunning target for 2 seconds. So that's only level 1. If you manage to get to level 3, it will stun the target for 5 seconds. So the mortar, what I'm talking about mortar, these are the mortar. Basically it do a splash damage, and the damage is pretty high if you level him up. So for a base, Pounder is the guy to put on your base because he have a divine skill that boosts one of the defensive structure, attack and HP, and give him stun your enemy, and every second of stun counts. So you want to put Pounder on your base. That's why he should be on everybody's base, everybody's defensive base. Okay, here goes his Pounder. Mine's level 130 right now. So as you can see, he only targets defense building first. He never targets heroes or anything else, heroes or other buildings. He always targets defensive building. So he is the tank to take out all the defensive building, especially if you get a high level blood cap. He can just drain everything around him to himself and his mercenary. Here I'm going to use Divine Blood Cap. Take a closer look. There it goes. See, he just drained everything around him to himself, give him like more life, and his mercenary life, he heals every second or so. So that is great. And here is his skill, which stuns the enemy for a certain amount of seconds, depending on your level. Also damage them based on your percentage and the bonus percentage. As you can see, he just, there you go, that's his divine skill. He can jump all the way across the map. He jumps faster than most hero procs. So yeah, he only target defenses building first, and then buildings next, and then of course hero. Oh, he's dying right now. Okay, I'm gonna finish this up. The only tank that is capable of soloing base that I know of now is Abyss Demon, because his skill is kind of like life drain. He hit a certain object and then he drained the life of that object to himself and his mercenary. Okay, I forgot to show you my pounder's level right now. So he's 130, and for each pounder you manage to hire or buy, his level increase by 5, I believe. So 5 level per glory, and his skill is Skyfall. You can read from there, and this is his aid skill. I don't know if anybody that I know uses pounder for an aid. Just kind of mixed feeling, but if you have like a whole bunch of spare pounder, I mean, it's good to use him for an aid, especially if you value like a mercenary Ox Warrior, so he can boost Ox Warrior HP and attack. And my Ox Warrior right now is level 30, so after level 30 I can rank up his mercenary talent to 1 of 5, and for every 5 level I can also rank up his level even furthermore. So that's Pounder. And we're gonna do dungeon and see how Pounder fares. My favorite dungeon so far is Quarantine 2, because I never fail on this dungeon, and all my heroes, I never lose any hero on this dungeon. So I always drop Pounder in first because he is the main tank. You want him to take all the damage instead of all your squishy warrior like Bengoli or Renee Van or even Sapphic. Okay, so Pounder's on the top corner right now. So his health is low. I'm going to use his power now. Bam! He drains everything around him. Okay, so he's going at it. So for a couple of seconds he become like not invincible, but he constantly heal himself for a couple of seconds. And I think the second best tank in the game is Arctic Lord, because his HP is pretty high too, but and his Divine also, well, give him immunity to attack. So if you don't have Pounder but you have Arctic Lord, then I would suggest you make him your main instead. But now again, if you have Landslide, then I would just, pour my resource into Landslide. But Landslide, he's very hard to get, so you can't buy him with rings or other form. He doesn't come free, so you have to hire in order to get Landslide, but you don't guarantee you get Landslide. So that's one of the advantages that Pounder have. He's widely available. You can buy him with rings. You can save up all your rings to buy him on the shops, hero card. He has 5,500 rings. So if you don't have Pounder, save it up. This guy is one of the best tank in the game. No matter, I suggest, this is the first character that you should work with. If you want a really strong lineup, your tank is just as strong as your damage dealer. If you have a weak wall tank, I mean, it's really hard to go by this game, especially in arena. Pounder, everybody set up the pounder or Arctic Lord always in the front line. As you can see here, I set up my pounder in the front line, then my Arctic Lord second. So tanks always come in the front line. But of course, the enemy, they also set up the two strongest tank, which obviously a pounder and a Dark Rider. You see, because he don't have the resource to get his Arctic Lord to a high level like Dark Rider, so he put them on the back. That's understandable, but if you have the resources, put your pounder in front or Arctic Lord. They're both great tanks. And without a pounder, I wouldn't make it to what I have today. I was able to finish Campaign Clash all the way through, and most of Arena, I was able to get up to King as a rank. And rating, rating just easy. Sometimes I just need resources like gold and stuff. I just drop pounder in, let all my enemy aggro on pounder, and then just kind of steal my opponent gold. Basically, yeah, I just leave pounder there, so everybody pound him. Meanwhile, I'll just go straight for the resources. The great thing about pounder is that he has Divine Blood Cap. He can heal himself for a couple of seconds. And what's better on pounder is that you should put Pangoli as a pounder's aid, because it'll give him a couple more seconds of invulnerability, so he won't die for a couple of seconds. That way you know when to end your battle. So if pounder's like HP is like 1, it'll give you a couple of seconds to just end the game instead of losing your hero. And when I talk about aids, you can go to arena and set formation. As you can see, I have Pangoli for all my pounder's aid, for everything, for normal stuff, for arena, for battle royale, because Pangoli aid just gives him 5 seconds of immunity to pretty much anything. He won't die for 5 seconds. After that, well, you can quit or do whatever you want, but in the arena, that's very, very valuable. That 5 seconds could make a big difference. So put Pangoli for pounder's aid, and since he's a tank, have another aids that give him boost in HP, or reduce his damage taken. Just kind of improve his HP, because he's a tank. He's not like a damage dealer, so try to avoid put like an aid that increases damage, because that's kind of useless on the pounder. By the way, pounder's attack is not that bad either. It's pretty high up there too. So when you attack pounder, make sure you be aware of this guy, because not only his HP is high, his attack's pretty high. As you can see there, 4,250 versus my highest damage dealer. He even have more damage than Pangoli. So if your pounder, the enemy's pounder is pounding on you, you better do not take your eye off him, because he will destroy your team if you just ignore him. So yeah, there you go guys, that's my review of the pounder. I will have more review on the other characters soon, on the other epics. The epics that have a divine skill, like Arctic Lord, Pangoli, Renee Van, and maybe Suffix. So that's it guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, and I will have more content for you guys soon. Take care.